Hey everyone, welcome to the garage. I thought I'd make a little video because we're getting to the point where it's easier to explain things than to just post pictures. So I'll just kind of walk through where we're at so far and see where we have to go yet. So here's our battery pack. It's from a Hyundai Ioniq, a 2017 model. It's 355 volts nominal. I've got my Tyco 630 amp fuse disconnect. So this is my main disconnect, which also functions as my fuse. I've got my high voltage cabling coming into this dual contactor from a Nissan Leaf. Although I may not use this one because I think it's 200 amp limited, and I want to eventually have more power. So I've got the negative coming in through this, which is a shunt resistor, which also has CAN bus. So this is kind of where all the telemetry will come in for voltage and amperage and all that stuff. And I'll grab all that information and use it for my dashboard. So this is the negative output going to the negative on the inverter. And then I've got positive coming in here. Here's a positive contactor, and here's the positive going to the inverter. And inside here, here's a pre-charge resistor and pre-charge relay. So those just power up the capacitors internally. So you click that on first, and then the internal capacitors will charge up to 350 volts, and then the main contactor will close, and then you can send big power through it. Here's our Thunderstruck VCU, vehicle control unit. This is supposed to be a forward neutral reverse switch. I'm only gonna use forward mode because we're gonna mate this to the original M46 Volvo transmission. So I'll just have to shift it into reverse, and the motor will still be going in the same direction. So we're not really using the reverse function here. And then this pedal is from, I think it's from a Prius. I'm just using it for now. I think I want to try and use the original Volvo throttle. So that'll come in here, and then I'll have to just get it on a potentiometer or Hall effect type thing. This lump is coming out. Sorry, it's been a long time, but I think I've had enough. Yeah, so here we go. So right now I can turn on my power supply. So that turned on my pre-charge resistor and everything. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I'll just show you this. So I've got my output. So I've got 0 volts on my output right now. And if I check my input, I've also got 0 volts there. So what I need to do is go over to my disconnect and plug it in. So it's like a there we go. Nice heavy duty unit. Okay, so let's check that again. So voltage on my inlet is 342. Voltage on my outlet is currently 0. So I will switch on my power supply. Pre-charge turns on, and then after a few seconds the main contactor closes. So now if I check my output, I am sitting at 340 volts going to the inverter. So everything's happy. I'm talking to the VCU right now on putty here, so I can do like a, what is it, trace UC. So you can see kind of what it's seeing, 342 volts, 0 RPM. So now if I set it to forward, I should be able to spin the motor. So you can see that it like stops. That's the regen kicking in. So the regen will eventually take the braking from the car and feed it back into the battery as to recharge the battery. So that's it. I'll just shut this off. I'm a little bit paranoid with these big wires and big voltage, so just take this off for safety. It's like a two. I'm gonna click it twice to get it open. There we go. So let's verify got 0 power. Yep. So yeah, here is the motor. So here's so this part's the inverter, and here's the actual motor. So here's our harness coming out of the inverter, and on this side of the motor, here's the resolver. This is the thing that sends a feedback signal to the inverter, which is basically a VFD, which tells the inverter exactly what position the motor's in, so that the inverter can give it the exact signal it needs. That's pretty well it. And then you've got just a few wires coming off of this that go to the VCU. So I just have my CAN bus, CAN high, CAN low, and then 12 volts and ground. Basically, that's literally all we need to make this work. So yeah, this is the PDM, the actual power distribution module. So I still have to sort out all the CAN bus messaging to talk to that thing. That thing will sit directly on top of here, and these bus bars will be connected all the way through. So I've got a main battery connect here, and I've got the original battery bulkhead connection. So I should just be able to plug that in. So that's it. We're spinning. Pretty happy. Next thing, I got to take this thing out and figure out how to connect this to the transmission. All right, see you later.